So it's really hard for me to talk about Betty White. I thought I was gonna get through this easily, but I can't. This is much harder than I thought, you guys. Oh, God. No, it's hot. Okay, so, uh, sh- she was so important to me. You can't. Now everything's exploding around me. Okay. This is tough. Let me just fan myself for a second here because. So she was really important for me. Like a lot. So, but I decided to continue with the live stream because, as life is, it just has this fucking tendency of slapping you in the face over and over and over again in the worst times possible. So, of course, this had to happen. I mean, it was bound to happen. She was 99. Like, it's not like she's gonna live forever. But what are you gonna do? Yeah. I know that she would have said, the show must go on. And it will. Um, we're going to get through this, Betty. Gloria wants to know what she meant to me. It's kind of hard to put it into words without just crying in the worst of ways, with like bawling and crying and being like, not just crying but like gasping for air crying. So I'm not so sure I'm gonna manage to actually tell you today what actually she meant to me, but a lot. Oh, Joey, you just found out now? Oh, damn. Well, then you're in for a bumpy ride, let me tell you. Hey, Silala, glad you made it. Yeah, Joey, she had a beautiful life. I mean, a full life. She lived her life. So there's like, we shouldn't be sad. Somebody almost lived 100 years and had a job that she loved for over, well, somebody says over 8 decades, 80 years of entertaining people. I mean, there's more footage of her and more material of her out there than, more than an entire lifetime. Like, I think for anybody born today to find out about Betty White and get to know her work, It's going to be tough because there's just so much out there, and a lot of it was done before the digital media. So a lot of it is lost as well. Um, but she worked so much. I mean, it would take a lifetime just to cover everything that she's done professionally in her life. So let's move it along, sis, says Canna, cat butt. How did you mean that, Anna, exactly? Care to ah, all right. So, the amount of work that she did in her life is a lot. So, for the next generations that come along, that wake up and for the first time ever discover her, um, it it's going to be hard for them to get through 80 years of career, and a lot of it is already lost. So, but entertainment wise, for the new generations out there, if this planet still exists when you're born, well, you'll have somebody um, looking out for you if you discover her work. So it's something very important. Christian says, Jacob, can I put you on the spot and ask top of mind, what is your most memorable moment and work about her? Well, of course, it's Rose Nyland, but in the Golden Girls. But I was lucky enough to see her live, performing live. I went to the set of Hot in Cleveland, and I saw her at work filming an episode. And that was kind of my highlight because I was actually in the front row to the side, and that's where she was actually resting before she took her cues and before she went on the stage to do her part, and then she would sit down again and wait. So we were close. So that's kind of my highlight because, and it was the episode where she kind of met the Pope. That wasn't really the, I mean, it wasn't, it was a joke, but that was the episode of Hot in Cleveland that I went to, and it was really funny. She was in a restaurant talking to the Pope. Oh, she was so funny. So kind, so gentle, you know. Never had any star allures. She was not a diva. She was not a complicated person. And I mean, I think that's why also she had an 80-year career in Hollywood, because if you're complicated and unprofessional in Hollywood, you're out of a job pretty soon and they'll never call you back. But Betty kept working. She's one of the rare people who kept working her whole life, and she would drive herself to work even in her 90s, you know. And I think that this lockdown situation is what ultimately killed her. She was just like Coco Chanel. Coco died on the only day that she didn't work. And Betty White for 2 years was kind of like we are, you know, most of the time at home. So didn't work. And I think that's ultimately the issue. Funny, isn't it? It's not that the virus took. No, it's actually not doing what she loves to do. So that's that. And but definitely the Golden Girls actually have her here, little Rose Nyland, free from her little box, the Golden Girls box. free from her little cage. Julia says, Betty was a groundbreaking talent, and I'm glad she had an impact on you. Thank you. Thanks for sharing some of your thoughts about such an amazing woman. I'm also interested in talking about Betty. She's amazing. I also have a little miniature version of her from the cereal box. Yeah, I also got the Golden Girls cereal. A little miniature Betty White came in the cereal as well. So her work gave her life, which is the best any of us can hope for, says Jack. Yeah, I agree. Uh, oh, Lena, don't be silly. That's cute. And this is, I'll be honest. The day Dacob mentioned my comments on the live stream, I felt starstruck and nervous. No need to be nervous. Kimberly says Mary Tyler Moore is where I first knew Betty as a kid. She was the best part. Amazing. She was amazing. In Mary Tyler Moore. Hey, Nicole, Papinchak, how's it going, sweetie? I had the honor of singing for Betty once, and it's a memory I treasure forever. Wow, Nicole, that's amazing. That is amazing, Nicole. You're going to have to share that with us in one of the live calls soon. That's amazing. Those that worked with her rave about her humor and her kindness, is Carrie Kay. Yeah. They do. They really do. And she loved animals as well, and animals loved her. It's incredible to see just any footage of Betty White with any animal, even with gorillas. When animals see Betty, they go to her immediately and they feel safe with her. It's just something. Yeah. She had a dog on the set of Hot in Cleveland. There was a dog with her. Jonna says, I remember Betty White and Rue McClanahan from Mama's Family. Donnie says, we love you, Kim Fung Toy. Oh, you remember that episode when they when the Golden Girls, when they crashed a reunion of some other school and they all got fake identities, and Sophia wanted to give Dorothy a male identity, and Betty got the Korean exchange student. So Betty was the Korean exchange student. Kim Fung Toy. Oh, man. Kate says, I donated to her animal charity in her memory today. Wow, KDF, that's so beautiful. Nicole says, yes, I would be happy to share. There's video out there too. It was on the set of Hot in Cleveland for her birthday. Oh my gosh, Nicole. Wait, and I wasn't there that day. I was there for another episode. But so you were also, did you work on the set of Hot in Cleveland? Because I know that's not your profession, because you told me what you do. But or were you there as a guest? And so everybody was singing to her happy birthday. Because I remember there's actually behind the scenes shots of them singing happy birthday to her. KDF says, felt good. She truly loved animals and understood their impact. Totally, Katie. Ali Jane says, more than anything, Betty White was a comedienne. Her humor got better with age, despite what agists think. She was a brave lady, starring on radio in the 40s when no one would work with women. Groundbreaking, trailblazing, and the humor was just so effortless but kind. And that's why she could get away with the most mean things. They would give her all sorts of writing, the writers, because they knew that she could get away with it. And especially in Hot in Cleveland, she had some wonderful puns and zingers, and also sexual innuendos that you would always think, oh my God, an elderly lady. Wow. But then that's her whole kind of comedy was built around that, especially in the older years. And she really got away with it. And it was amazing. The timing was amazing. I mean, she could just look at you, wink once, and you were already done. You were done. Ali Jane says, more than anything, Betty was a... Sorry, I read that one already. I'm a mess. Sweet Thing says, she was so spicy on the Mary Tyler Moore show. Yes, and in fact, because of her role on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, she was actually originally called in to read for the part of Blanche in The Golden Girls. So Betty White almost got the part of Blanche, but then last minute they swapped Rue McClanahan with Betty, so Rue got Blanche, Betty got Rose, and it worked for the best. But they thought of her as Blanche because of the Mary Tyler Moore Show. But she took up a whole new role, and it's kind of the one we remember the most. At least for me, it's the most memorable one because I watch the Golden Girls every day, you guys. For me, they are on loop in the background while I work, while I do anything, while I'm happy or sad. They lift me up, so it's hard. It was hard for me with all the girls. When each and every one of them passed away, I cried my balls out, my eyeballs out, um, because I just, my grandmas died when I was very young. So, truth be told, now in my life, I've spent more time with the Golden Girls than with my grandmothers because I've had the Golden Girls in my life as a steady comfort zone for many more years than I've had my grandparents, my grandmothers. So, in many, many ways, they're family to me. And I know this doesn't make many sense to many people. Many people might think that's crazy. It's just a TV show. It's not just a TV show because if you have that TV show in your life since you're a kid, a tiny kid, and you grow up with it, and it follows you and it nourishes you and nurtures you throughout your life, then it becomes something else. Then it's not just a comedy TV show. It becomes something way more intimate. Way more intimate. Barbara says, I've been leaving for 30 minutes, lol. I'm really going now. Sending you so much love and good vibes, Dacob. Thank you for your creative light. Baci carissimo. Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks to you all. Thank you so much, Barbara. Have a wonderful night and Happy New Year, sweetie. Thank you so much for tuning in. Gloria says, I think I know what you mean. Modern Family is that for me. Yeah. Happy New Year, says MC. Happy New Year, sweetie. Alina says, if you think about it, oh, wait, sorry. First, Jack. That's a good point. Sometimes family members leave us with characters of stories that help us understand them more after they're gone. Yeah, completely. Completely. The Golden Girls have helped me understand my family dynamic a lot. Really a lot. And that's saying also a lot coming from me because I am. It's not so easy to impress me, and it's not so easy to win my heart over and to win my trust. Betty had it. Sky Blue said she had. Oh, sorry, now Alina. If you think about it from a numerology perspective, she died at a special age. 99 is 9 plus 9 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9. She died the highest number. That's an interesting point. Yeah, and the number 1 is the beginning again, right? Annie B says, hi, Dacob. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Annie B. Sky Blue says, so she had a fearlessness and confidence that I admired. So glad that she received the accolades that she earned and deserved. And I'm sure at the Oscars this year, if the Oscars will take place in February, they will have her in their In Memoriam segment. She never won an Oscar, but if anybody deserved one, it was her. I always turn Modern Family on because I grew up watching them and they almost feel like my family. I totally get it. She was. Oh, thank you for subscribe. Mr. Phil, thank you for subscribing. I can't even talk anymore, you guys. Ali Jane says, B. Arthur was that for me. A groundbreaking feminist. I miss her still. I miss B. Arthur so much, Ali Jane. She was that for me too. Jen McMahon, hello, sweetie. This is the first episode that felt like an old Sex and the City episode. We're going to get to Sex and the City in just a minute. Yeah, Alina, I also hope they give a special award in her name. That would be amazing if there was the Betty White Award. Fotini says, become part of your identity. It becomes part of your identity, yeah. MC says, my entire family has come down with lockdown after Christmas, aside from me somehow. Keep us in your thoughts, chat. We have a newborn with, oh my gosh, a newborn. Sorry, I can't say the word, but you know what I mean when I say lockdown. Wow. Oh man, MC, I'm so sorry to hear that. A newborn, but I mean, they get kind of they heal really quickly, don't they? Come, I mean, Betty White was preparing for her 100th birthday show, which was supposed to be on the 17th of January. So she almost made it to 100. And she was preparing for the party. There was going to be a big event. I believe that they're still going to have the event in her honor without her. But she was gearing up to start working again, and well, it is what it is, you guys. Yeah, 100th birthday party. I'm just reading on the Entertainment New York Post. They said Betty White's 100th birthday party event will still go on. So they're going to do it in her honor. This is going to be amazing on the 17th of January. That's something to look forward to. And to cry through from beginning to end because, I won't be able to hold myself. Um, Alan says Oscars are held in March nowadays. Oh, okay, gotcha. Chrissy says prayers to you, MC. Alina says I'm so sorry, MC. A lot of love to MC. Audrey sending hugs. Carrie K as well. Jack Dean says, "Oh wow, the Betty White Award prediction moment. It will happen. I mean, we have to project it, and it definitely it should happen. I mean, if anybody deserves to have an award in their name, it's Betty White, right? Oscars don't always go to those who deserve it. Sadly, that's true. Emmy's. Julie says, B. Arthur was also a huge animal rights activist. Hey JJ Diaries, welcome, welcome. Happy New Year. Dacob, are you streaming again this evening? Saturday night is this is an all evening stream. So I'm this is the one stream, but I will redirect you the second we're done with the pre-recorded videos. We're going to go into the party segment where you get to call in. Um Ali Jane says Betty had a great career, lived a huge life that she starred in, and died at 99. We shouldn't be too sad. No, I'm egotistically sad. I'm sad that she's not there with me for me anymore. Mourning loved ones is a very egotistical thing if they die in an age and of natural causes, because you should be happy for them that they had a wonderful life and that they passed away without pain and just naturally. Uh, Different story if somebody very, very young passes away, because then you're also sad for the fact that they didn't get a chance to live their life to the fullest. But somebody you love very much who has lived their life to the fullest, you're sad for yourself more than for them. That's, the honest truth. We're sad of being alone. Steven says, I just watched that video where you had breakfast at Tiffany's. Oh, man, that was a while ago. Ali Jane says, I didn't mean to judge your grief. Apologies. Ali Jane, did you judge my grief? I don't remember anymore. Ellen, hey Ellen, hello everyone, happy new year. May the new year's blessed with health, wealth, and happiness. Dacob, I'm so proud of all of your accomplishments. Thank you so much. And I just can't wait to see what you do in 2022. Well, there are new things in store, so stay tuned. Jizzes, how's it going, sweetie? Jizzes says, what are y'all having? I'm having some sarma made today. Oh my god, Jizzes, stop. My mouth is watering. I'm literally just trying to survive without crying. Okay. But that's a name change, isn't it? Steven says, I just watched oh, sorry, I read that one already. Sad for the world as well. Yeah, that is true, Jack. But that's an egotistical thing because, like, just a couple of years ago in January, we lost David Bowie. Last year in December, we lost Pierre Cardin. This year in December, we lost Betty White. It's like my icons are, they're falling like flies, you guys. Mina is still one of my, Mina is like, Pedro Almodovar, I loved him a lot in the 80s. Now it's like a lot of his things are way too posh, too polished. They're not punk anymore. But I still love Pedro, so he's also on my list of, the living that I still admire. So it's Mina, Pedro, and John Carpenter, if he ever decides to make another movie. Gloria Aretino says, Dacob, let me make you giggle. Okay, can you imagine Betty's vintage collection of bags? Oh, cute. I mean, we never actually, Rose Nyland from the Golden Girls, the character, usually had clutches. She would usually have a clutch or really tiny leather bags in beige with a tiny little leather strap, but a lot of clutches. The bags you show there as emojis, they're kind of very much Sophia Petrillo, actually, because I would love to have one of Sophia's bags. Yeah. Asia says, it's like an era is ending. Oh, yeah, an era is ending. Their legacy will live forever, though. It will, as long as there is such a thing as video, at least. Fragrance Phil says, growing up in Los Angeles, I was fortunate to be able to go to tapings of live shows. Being able to see Maud and B. Arthur and Rue McClanahan live was a treat. Yes, I'm that old, haha. But wow. Oh, Fragrance Phil, that's amazing. I mean, that's something. Because they really. Jesus says, oh my God, I hope Mina lives much longer. Yeah, I hope so too. But, she's also really old. And, it's not like we're saying, oh yeah, Vivienne Westwood is also one of my living legends. Thank you, Jack. Yes, Vivienne Westwood as well. This is one of those things where I'm telling you, it's, you can say, oh, sometimes it sounds so weird to say, oh, oh, how amazing. I went to their live filming, their live show, the live concert. But there is magic when somebody really gives their soul in a performance. And it's magical already to see the Golden Girls on television, but to see them live is a different type of magic. And Rue McClanahan had that spark. B. Arthur had that spark. Estelle Getty had that spark. I just like to imagine all four of them now, wherever they are, their spirits, kind of finally all reunited and ready to hash it out. B and Betty had a bit of beef. They gotta beef it out, sort everything out. Now they can. Now they're together again, and they should start shooting new episodes of the Golden Girls. At least that's how I envision them. Oh, Brockstar, good question. I've been asking myself the same question. If Betty White had a signature scent, I don't know. Nadine B says, hi, Dacob. Happy New Year to you and your family. Thank you so much, sweetie. To you too. Yeah, Debbie says, wow, Maud live. I mean, that must have been something, huh? Audrey says, he's getting so old now too. Pedro, yeah. Yeah, Gloria, we loved Sophia's spunk. Fragrance Phil says, Ali Jane, yes, a child of the 70s. Jack says, live audiences are such an experience. It's amazing. I've seen Hot in Cleveland, so I've seen Betty White live. and alive. I've been to a filming of Mom. That was really, really cool. That was great. Two Broke Girls. A bit less cool. Mr. Patrick King was the showrunner, the same guy who runs And Just Like That. So I've seen him in action. I've seen how he works. Like a mouse. Like a hysterical little mouse. Didn't leave the best impression on me, Mr. Patrick King. Um, but Coolidge, wait, is it Jessica Coolidge? No, what's her name? From Two Broke Girls. She was also in the White Lotus. Coolidge is the surname. What's the first name? I'm so bad with names. Oh my God! Speaking of being bad with names, we're gonna get to And Just Like That, episode 5. We're gonna review that now. But I'm really bad with names. Oh, Jesus says, for some reason, Betty is giving me Cristal or the Toilette vibes. She could have worn Cristal in the 70s. She could have. Definitely. But then she switched to something else in the 80s and 90s. Oh, and I was there while they filmed the episode with Sandra Bernard. I saw Sandra. Sandra, I loved her since Truth or Dare, the Madonna movie from the Blonde Ambition tour. Sandra was on the set of Two Broke Girls. I was sitting to the left side. They had a whole set, like her restaurant, the character's restaurant, was on the left side of the set of the studio audience, and she winked at me. I was like all the way to the side. I literally looked at her like a crazy person in love. I looked at her like, like I was in awe of Sandra. And between takes, she was kind of standing and waiting, and she looked at me and she saw that I was like in love with her, and she winked at me, and that was Sandra is amazing. I love her so much. I think very underestimated actress. Her delivery in Pose, that's good acting. Did you guys see Sandra in Pose? She was the nurse. Jennifer Coolidge. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Jennifer Coolidge. I don't know where Bubbles is a mess. Bubbles comes and goes as Bubbles pleases. I'm angry with Bubbles because I'm angry with Instagram, because you know what Instagram did to me, and they also have a bot like Bubbles that kind of just does whatever the hell it wants to do. I've been trying to remember the name of a certain Betty White film. Lake Placid. Yes. Cena. Yes. The horror movie. Yes. She makes the whole movie, of course. Incredible. Chrissy. I've been trying to. Yeah. King of Comedy. Alina says, I don't know many of these actors, but the shine on Dacob's eyes is amazing. Oh, thank you, Alina. I'm telling you, though, these people. And Sandra has been through stuff in her life, okay? And Sandra was also amazing on the Roseanne show. I think she was amazing on the Roseanne show. And I still repeat to this day, they did Roseanne dirty by kicking her off the show. Politically incorrect thing to say, perhaps, but interestingly enough, the lady that fired her got fired herself. So something went down there, you guys. They did her dirty. So we got 8 minutes till the next midnight event. And when that midnight happens, right after the midnight, we are going to jump into Sex and the City. And Just Like That. So, in just 8 minutes, we're going to have Cabo Verde is going to celebrate. Portugal and a small region of Greenland are going to celebrate the New Year's Eve. So, Portugal and what was it? Greenland? Portugal and a small region of Greenland are just about to celebrate New Year's Eve, you guys. So we're gonna celebrate together with them. Thank you, Ali. Eyebrows are on point. You know, I've been painting them for years. At a certain point, they become on point. Lily Bonfi says, "What's the movie where Betty White is in love with Leslie Nielsen?" Well, actually, B. Arthur falls in love with Leslie Nielsen, and they get married in the seventh season of The Golden Girls. So I don't know if you're mixing the two up, but Leslie Nielsen and Dorothy from The Golden Girls get married. They fall in love and get married in The Golden Girls in season 7.